Well, I think when you look at spring football in its entirety, I thought it was very productive. Had a lot of guys get a lot of work. I thought a lot of our veteran players played real well throughout the course of the spring, and a lot of our younger players, I think, had a chance to really show what they're capable of doing. One of the things that does excite me about this group here, there's a lot of competition, and the competition was pretty evident all spring long. Obviously, some positions have more than others, but I think we have a little more depth on this football team heading into the summer, and I like that component right there. Holistically felt pretty good. I really thought that the defense controlled the spring game. And the one thing that really was evident in the spring game, and I had been stressing this all spring long, the importance of winning situational football in these critical situations. And when we get in the first game setting, the defense really controlled all of those situations. The defense got a goal line stop. They were outstanding in the red zone. They performed well in the 2-minute. And really the third and fourth down stops that the defense got was really the difference in the outcome of the game and the scoring of the game. So I think we have a really good foundation in place as we look to move forward here into the summer months. We had some young players in the secondary really show well this spring. David Jones was pretty dynamic, pretty explosive. David Herlocker. These are two younger guys that we really need to be able to be primetime players for us. Justin Grant is extremely gifted and talented back there at the safety position. So there's a position that we have to replace a couple of departing seniors. So I feel good about the performance of those guys out there this spring. Plus we'll get Reggie Barnett back when we get into the summer. The performance of the D-line I thought was outstanding. A lot of depth in the defensive line, a lot of leadership in the defensive line, a lot of experience. The leadership evidenced in the fact that our two defensive captains nominated are defensive linemen. I think those are two areas defensively that I saw some legitimate reasons to be optimistic. Offensively, offensive line, though I did not feel real good about the spring game performance, it's a group that is intact from a year ago. We did spend, some of the spring rotating a few guys in there because of minor injuries or illnesses, but that group should be intact with some depth. So feel good about that. And then the receiving position has a lot of talent and a lot of depth. Ben Edwards had a great spring game. He's a guy that can break a game open. Stephen Barnett, didn't have as many opportunities in the game, but we've seen what he can do in game situations, and he had a real strong spring. Ponder came on last year real strong. Dominic Miller was back in the mix. Reggie Diggs has an awful lot of talent and upside. And then Shane Savage is a guy that we're hoping to get healthy here come August. So I think the receiver position, the offensive line positions offers both talent and some depth as we head into the summer months. Well, we're going into a phase here. We're in it right now that I really enjoy, and it's we're conducting all of our exit meetings, and our players are in their last week of class right now, and they'll start their finals next week. And then we as coaches begin our spring recruiting cycle next week. So it really is a major shift of time and energy and focus within college football. What we're doing this week, we're having our last week of lifting and running, before we head into the finals. That's all going on with Coach Stewart. But all of our position coaches are meeting with all of their players individually. And these exit meetings are just an opportunity to offer an evaluation, gather information, make sure that the student athlete is on point with our goals and our expectations moving forward. Come Friday, all of our players would have met with their position coaches, and Friday afternoon I'll meet with our staff, and it'll be strictly a personnel meeting, and we'll go through the entire roster, and I'll be very interested in how their meetings went with their position coaches. And you know, the feedback there is very, very valuable for me. And there's a lot of different items on the checklist when they go through these exit meetings. Summer plans, academic status, strength and conditioning goals, and all that information is passed on to me. And then next week, I will have an individual meeting with everybody on our football team. And they've signed up for time slots to meet with me. So it'll give me a chance to kind of echo what the position coaches have been communicating and kind of continue to build upon our messages and themes heading into the summer months. And last summer we had an amazing amount of guys here in our summer voluntary workouts. I'm expecting the same type of leadership to be present here this summer. And then with our coaches going on the road for spring recruiting, we have somewhat of a skeleton crew of coaches in here for the month of May. It pretty much rotates from week to week. 7 guys are out, 3 guys are in. So we'll make sure that we have enough presence here in the month of May to be around our student athletes and offer support if needed.